Okay, you guys, we're doing our first live broadcast from StreamYard, so let me know if you can hear me okay. Can you comment? Okay, you guys, we're doing our first live broadcast from StreamYard, so let me know if you can hear me okay. Can you comment? Okay, you guys, we're doing our first live broadcast from StreamYard, so let me know. Thank you, Sean. I'm hanging up. Okay, bye-bye. Hi, everyone. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Oh, come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ. Oh, come, my faithful. Oh, come, my faithful. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Oh, come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come let us adore. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him, Christ. Oh, come my faithful, oh, come my faithful, oh, come my faithful to Bethlehem. Oh, come my faithful, oh, come my faithful, oh, come my faithful to Bethlehem. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him, Christ. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Dun, 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 dun.
Christmas Day. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Hey, everybody. Hello. Deshaun says I can remove the StreamYard from the top left side. You guys, this is our first live StreamYard. Deshaun says we can move the Deshaun, I don't want to. Hi, Chris Page.
Hey, my light-skinned brother. What's going on? What's happening?
Deshaun is helping us. She's my IT person. You can remove the StreamYard banner in the corner as well. How do I move it? Let me see. Remove from remove from StreamYard. Remove what? Oh, exit solo layout. Ooh, Deshaun, don't start. Don't make me hear something.
We should have been over to Deshaun.
She said, exit right. Deshaun should have been on Zoom with us. So Deshaun, we get to leave the banner.
She should have ran it from the back end. Right. She should have ran the back end.
It is.
But we getting there. We getting there.
Oh my gosh! Look at you guys. We can see you. I can't remove the StreamYard today. I want to mess up anything. But we are live on.
Who's on?
Okay, you can sit right here, babe.
Okay.
So you guys, if I'm pointing this way and looking this way, that's because y'all know it's opposite of whatever's happening.
Yvonne Holmes always on. Always the first one on. Thank you for the support. We love you. We love you. Love you. Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas. It's so a great time. Great time of the year.
It is. Yeah, and really. We're excited. We got our Pentatonics on. And what I saw was on the StreamYard, did you guys notice that it's dictating the music or it's giving you the lyrics to the music? At least on our end, we're looking on our phone and we're watching this because this is brand new. Oh, look at that.
She's getting so excited. It's about Christmas and about doing this StreamYard so we can do it through different social media events. But I want to start the program.
Can we start?
Yes. So I want to start first. Okay. I know we're supposed to be talking about affection, and this has a little to do with affection, okay. and not directly, but indirectly. I want to talk a little about my weekend. This weekend, Darlene have two older kids. Her husband does, and so we don't say stepchildren or adopted children. We say children. Her oldest son graduated with a master's degree at OU in Oklahoma. So this weekend we was in Normal, Oklahoma. I'm glad it wasn't a football game going on because it had just been too much.
Been a lot.
But it was a great ceremony, and I was so proud of Cal, and it was just so good being there and just being a part of that. But what I want to talk about is love and kindness is always in season. I'm almost off the screen there.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, love and kindness is always in season. Those who've been watching know that I always talk about love and kindness is always in season. And sowing love and kindness, not just being loving and kindness, but sowing love and kindness, sowing seed, because the harvest is always greater than the seed. So sowing love and kindness, you get that in return. And one thing I tell Q all the time, you get what you give away.
Yes.
So that's sowing. Whatever you sow, that's what you reap. And I just love sowing. But I want to talk about this. She said, this thing right here, this thing right here. I was amazed that Kim is David's former wife, and her husband Clark. She's married. He played for the wedding, so you saw him playing. They have received me into the family as though I was a part all the time. And that's David's ex-wife and her husband. But not only that, Kim's mother, Miss Chapman, received me, came and said, Bishop, I was introducing myself. She said, Bishop, I already know who you are. And just hugged me. And Mr. Chapman was there. And the whole family, Kyle and Kayla, they just loved on me the whole time. This is not my first time being together, but away from Atlanta, away from Georgia. You know, people treat you one way when you're at home. But I wasn't at home. I was more on their turf. And it was the same kind of love. And it's the love that Darlene has shown to them. And when they graduated from college, Darlene sowed undergrad sowed a seed into their lives, blessed them from time to time. And I just want to give a big shout out to Kim and Clark, and thank y'all so much for. And that's what you get: love and kindness is always in season. Yeah. To me, that's a part of being affected. Affection. That's a part of that. Right. So I said my spiel. You might want to take over from here.
So I'm going to add in their last name, Kim and Clark Knighton. And what's interesting too, babe, is that Kim walked down the aisle as part of the family. Sure Clark played for the wedding. And then we found out this weekend, I'd forgotten this, that Kyle is the one that we're referring to that graduated with his master's. Kyle is from Griffin, Georgia, because he was born in Griffin when David and Kim were married.
He taught school in Griffin.
Yeah, David taught school. And so when I saw on the program, it was Oklahoma University, we saw the program, it said Griffin, Georgia. I was like, Fuller, think about this. Look how full circle. God is so amazing that he would allow Kyle Quincy to be born in Griffin, Georgia. David is the one that told me about you years ago. And then now married to you, you're originally from Griffin. I know some of you guys don't know Griffin, don't think anything about what's the big deal about Griffin?
Griffin's a big deal. That's where I'm from. Yeah. That's what.
And it's a small town.
And let me tell you, Kim and I got to talking, and she served as an administrator for a very close friend of mine. We got a lot of folks from Griffin. So she was Kim Quincy at the time. She worked for Cleopatra Lacey, Dr. Cleopatra Lacey,
Facebook Live,
who is the father of the city now. Cleopatra Lacey, he called me his big brother, and he's a part of the family. He and his wife Portia, educators, just small world, and we got to talking about other people, and we just got to laughing because how crazy is these things to happen like this? And not only he was from Griffin, Georgia. My wedding anniversary is 8/11, and her and David was 8/12. And I'm saying how, and several other incidents and things like that we've
coincidental.
Seen. I just don't understand it. I mean, it's a small world.
Right, it is. And so, that leads up, as I think about Fuller telling this story about Kyle, and, last week we started our broadcast. That was this is episode 11, I think. So that was episode 10. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that, go back and watch it, because we talked about affection through touching. And this brings me into affection today with emotional affection. And as Fuller was talking about, giving kudos to, David's, the Quincy legacy, those types of conversation, having the love spoken outwardly about my family, all of those seeds, they're just huge seeds into the love bank, because it just shows me how much he cares and how much he's listening. And so that makes me want to do more for him. So, we talked about the touching part. The touching, I don't know, I was going to say sometimes that's easy for people. That's the easy part. But sometimes touching people can be easy. Touching your mate, touching the affection, touching your kids. Sometimes that may appear to be easy.
But it might be touching like this the wrong way.
But so today we're talking about touching through your word, or not touching, affection through your words. Yeah. And what you say to one another. Yeah. And the mere fact that you would even acknowledge just to allow, look, the mere fact that Fuller was okay with Kim being in the wedding, Clark playing for the wedding. That's David's ex-wife. That's, David's kids, what I call my kids, Kayla and Kyle. And sometimes even in our relationships, the new spouse may have a problem with the other kids. Man, we got together. We had a good time. We had lunch together. We had dinner together. We sat at the airport, with Kayla and Kyle, like it was nothing. Yeah. And sometimes we make a big deal, and it's a love and kindness are always in season. So it's because of the seeds that I've sown into the kids. And sometimes when people, especially like if you lose a spouse, the kids, you know, sometimes they feel like slighted towards the ex,
Right.
but not it's not that.
And they really make me a part.
Yeah.
I feel a part. They really did.
And so, but I want to go in and keep talking about the emotional affection,
Okay.
you know, words. And so what is your take on how words, you know, in a relationship, how that really changes or can damage marriage, friendships, all of that. That's what we say.
If it's not anything to be a blessing, or if it's not anything to be said that will enhance or build on a relationship or make your spouse feel better, your boyfriend, girlfriend, lady, a male friend, learn what Dr. Dollar said, practice the vocabulary of silence. So if it's not anything kind coming out your mouth, you can catch more with honey.
Right.
Than you can with being ugly or being rough. So sometimes instead of just saying what's on your mind, just take a deep breath and wait and be a blessing. Right. And make sure the words you say, they're seasoned words that will edify, that will build up, that will encourage. We practice that at church. We practice that with our friends. Why don't we practice that at home with one another? And it's easy to love and to spread that love and talk about that love. It's just so good. I think that Q and I have a very open relationship, and we can talk about anything. And sometimes it's choosing the right time to say the right thing.
Yeah, because I was looking down at my phone because I wanted to share with you guys some of the words that Fuller said to get me. Because let me say this, it's not easy, especially when you're a strong woman. Let me do a quick shout out, Fuller, to my girl, Deshawn Bullard. Deshawn, she got Foster Bullard. Deshawn, we go way back, and look, sometimes you have friends that you don't talk to all the time, but Deshawn, I mean, she hooked this StreamYard thing up, showed me how to do it, told me how to do it over the phone, you know, in 5 minutes. My girl is so busy. She is the owner of Nuratress Hair Salon and product line. You may see her products in Walmart and in CVS and Walgreens and all the big stores.
Slow down and say the name of the product again.
Nuratress,
okay.
N-O-U, like nurture, but that's they spell right, but N-O-U-R-T-R. Deshawn, would you just drop your business in the chat? Because I tell you guys, Deshawn hooked us up today. So thank you, Deshawn, for doing what you did. But I want to kind of go into the segment. Look, come on, Deshawn.
Shout out to Deborah Meadows. Shout out to my cousin Niecy and Joanne in Tennessee. Shout out to all good folks from Griffin. Hey, man, go ahead. We got to give a shout out to Griffin all the time. You got to do that.
So, but look, so these are the words that I write down. Fuller be saying stuff to me. And ladies and men, if you said something good and your spouse has been like, or your friend has been like, man, where'd you get that from? Can you just throw it in the chat window? Deshawn, by the way, you guys posted her website in the chat window. I'm telling you guys, y'all don't want to miss out on that. So, but here's what Fuller said to me. I'm going to be the man you never met before.
Or dated before.
How do you get a Darlene Quincy? Because I'm telling you, I wasn't that easy. So I didn't have some people, some foolery come along. So I wasn't easily impressed. But when he started saying things like, I'm going to be the man you never met before. I'm going to be the man of your dreams, imaginations, or hallucinations. I gotta be hallucinating. I'm that man for you. I'm that man. I was like, come on, Fuller. You get what you give away. So we always talk about sowing seeds and giving, trying to outdo one another. He said to me, I never want to fall out of your love. I never want to fall out of your love. He says, love is something you say, write, or text, but love is demonstrated. Come on, Fuller. Love is demonstrated. Ladies, men, and then I'm going to need you, can you think about while I'm going through these, can you help the brothers out? Because there's some men that may need
some help. What you're saying. Okay. All they have to do is what you're saying.
Yeah, and y'all can steal it too. It's okay. Your wife ain't going, no husband ain't going to know. Look, love is something you say, right? Okay, so every time you get promoted, you get the okay, so that's something I wrote from Pastor Dollar. No one, and maybe it wasn't, maybe it was you. No one has a patent on stupid. There's enough to go around. Okay, that's some extra stuff full of the
But look, that is, nobody have a patent on stupidity. There's enough to go around.
It is. Look, he said, God gave me what I needed before I knew I needed it.
That was you.
Yes.
That he gave me.
He says, like Adam needed and God knew what he needed, and he put it all in one. So he knew what Fuller needed.
Right.
And so what he's doing is he's making his confessions known. He's publicly, openly, not afraid of feelings, not afraid to say what's on his mind. He's saying what is meaningful to him. Those are the ones I wrote down. Baby, we be saying all kinds of things.
One thing I text or I call them, and my old address, I said, I'm calling you from 115, and I get my name and address. I'm loving you from this space. Can't wait to see you. I'm loving you from this space.
Yes.
And it is easy to tell people, especially when it's a person that you care about. If you really love them, love covers a multitude of sin. It's not based on how that person treats you. It's based on how you treat that person. And you respond. It's hard to respond to someone being kind to you, saying loving things to you. And I give a little advice to the ladies. Ladies, when you are tired with having the children, working, cleaning up everything, don't wait till you get angry to express that, because it's going to be hard for that man to show you affection and be kind, because you're saying it with wrath and anger and disappointment, right. And you probably have a right to, but you shouldn't wait till you are upset. Go to him and say, I need a little help today. I need a little help this week. Right. Can you help me with the kids this week? Can you pick them up this week? Or can you go to the parent meeting in my place? Right. I just need a day to just to rest. Right. And you'll get a better response from him than say, I always do, and I always. And see, that's create confusion, that create anger, and you're gonna get a ugly response because you was ugly saying it.
Look,
so
I wanted to say this while it was fresh on my mind. Fuller, when I said to him today, I said, Fuller, Austin's got to be picked up from work at 8:00. And he could have said, now, darling, why didn't you tell me earlier? You know, I got stuff to do. And I'm trying to. And he didn't say none of that. He said, okay, I'll make it happen. He didn't say, what you doing? Why you can't pick him up? He could have said, and he didn't. And sometimes we say stuff, out of our mouth, but so quickly, and you don't consider, I said this before, you don't consider the cost that seed is sowing. And so sometimes you have to bend a little bit. Sometimes you have to, give more of yourself, even though you may be the giver most of the time. But I'm telling you, Fuller, I said to him the other day, I said, Fuller, would you mind going downstairs and getting some tea for me? And he said, okay. He got up and went and did it. And to do it, I said, so Fuller, why are you so quick to do that? I said, did you do that before? And you said,
no. I did. I learned a lot. I said last week, when Jean married me, she married a grown boy. But she taught me how to be a grown man.
Thank you, Jean.
She taught me how to be a grown man. And she would have said, what's wrong with your leg? I just came away from down there. Why you didn't ask me while I was there? Yeah, and with this kind of tone. I'm using this kind of tone on purpose. Immature. When I was a child, the Bible said I act like a child. But when I became a grown man instead of a grown boy, I learned how to treat Jean better. I learned how to treat. So when Jean trained me and taught me a whole lot, but now I can take that what I learned and bring into this relationship. Not trying to compare or be like. I'm talking about what changed me, what I learned that I could do better. Showed me the mirror of myself. And until you know the mirror of yourself, you can't love nobody. You can't treat nobody the right way until you get it right yourself. You have to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Am I sarcastic? Am I rude? How did my response sound? I know what I meant, what I'm projecting, but how was it received? So you have to look at the totality of communication, the totality, because sometimes it's in the body language. And one of the things for the men, love on the right level. Just touch or rub on. Not just when you want sex. Not when you just want to get a little something. Rub on her, talk to her, love on her, look in there, just look at her. Sometimes Darlene wake up and I'm just sitting there just looking at her. She said, "Why are you looking?" I said, "Because she's so beautiful, and I just don't want to take my eyes off of you." Things like that, and this was the truth. But even if it wasn't true, you can say it. To make her feel better.
Did you say even if it wasn't true?
But it is true. Sometimes she's been working all day and come in, and she just said, "Let me sit on the edge of the bed." I said, "May I rub your feet?" I said, "May I massage your feet?" And it's the things I learned. Listen, I wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
I used to try to pick a fight with Jean that
Really?
get her angry at me so I could go out to hang out and go
You
out and
did?
do it wrong. Yes, I did too. I told you I was a boy. And so I did those things. I was, and a lot of times Jean would go in the other room, and I'll be walking behind her, just saying little smart, sarcastic stuff, just trying to get her mad. And
This is your younger.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
But that's why I'm at today. I can't leave out my younger years
Right.
to talk about now because of I learned so much in those younger years how not to do, what not to do.
Right.
And how to act and how to treat a woman, how a woman want to be treated, how a woman want to be loved, how she want to be touched. Those things you can do, and just always find a way to make a compliment. Find a compliment to motivate or encourage your wife, no matter what she's doing. Encourage and motivate her. Be supportive in what you do. Darlene is involved in about 4 or 5 different projects and doing things. And last week we was at
Orchestra.
we was at practice. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you performed.
Orchestra Christmas concert.
And she told us about an hour. We was out about an hour and a half early before it started because she got the time mixed up. And I had to go. I picked up her mom, and my son Matthew was with me. And a shout out to Matthew. I mean, tell me what your mom said about Matthew.
My mom just said Matthew is such a manable young man. He took care of me. He came. He surprised me because he came to the concert. So that was my surprise. But when he got to the house, when they got to my mom's facility, he made sure she got up. Was able to lift her up.
Said, trust me, I got you. I got you.
He was like, Mom, I got you. And so she was like, Matthew, so she'll never forget
love and kindness.
And
love and kindness again.
And I will never forget that, because what Fuller has sown into his sons is love and kindness.
Yeah.
And because of that, they can now treat this future seed, which is my mom, my kids, me, in love and kindness. And then this is not always easy. You guys, I know somebody's like, oh, that's so beautiful. And it is beautiful. But still, it's still a growing process. And Matt is trying hard, and he's making it a point to go out of his way to love even this new relationship. Right.
Because Matt had a hard time with Darlene and I, with Q and I at first, because he and his mom had a bond, a special bond, because Matt was the youngest, and it's about 11, 12 years between him and Chico age. So he and his mom had a strong bond. So to see me with someone else, see me with another lady, was hard on them. They just thought, oh my God. But then they realized that I would rather have my dad happy. My dad needs to be happy. And but that goes back to love and kindness. Look, it's you can always take offense. That means you got to take it, what someone did. You got to take what they said, and internally you got to take it, or you can just let it slide by. You don't have to respond with evil for evil. You respond good for their evil, and you keep being who you are, who God called you to be. I'm telling you, being encouraged, one thing I know how to do is encourage people. And you just encourage people. Just make them feel like they're the most important person in the world. Make your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, feel like they're the most important person in the world. And a lot of times you can do that by just paying attention.
Pay attention.
Paying attention, because she said she didn't think I was paying attention. I remember Miss Chapman name from the weekend. Just remember those little things like that. Little things like that goes a long way. But getting back to your performance and being an hour and a half early, she never heard me say anything about it.
You never said anything.
I could have gone ballistic. I could have talked about, how in the world you forget?
Now, would you have said that before in your previous?
I thought about it now.
Really?
In a boy. That's what boys do.
But you was a grown man still. I mean, you think
my age was grown, but my emotion, feelings, and my response was a boy.
You would have literally gotten upset.
How many times I need to say this?
Yeah, we having a live conversation. Excuse us for a minute.
Really? How many times I said it? Just being selfish. Most young girls, young boys, they're selfish. And that's what selfishness, that's the fruit of selfishness. Those kind of respond. So, but when you grow up to be a grown man, you learn that the fruits of the spirit is the most important thing you can possess.
And you know, I was thinking of the scripture that says, and you guys, we don't even try to be deep. I'm just saying this because it just came in my spirit, which is old things are passed away. All things are made new. So in this new life, you know, it's good that, you know, we messed up before, right, but you get a chance to, God allows you U-turns and you can do it better.
We talked about a few weeks ago. What are you looking for in a relationship? Well, I believe it like this. This is my belief, Kenneth Fuller. You sow into what you want to receive. You sow. Are you sowing kindness, loving kindness? Are you sowing that? Are you sowing gentleness? Are you just mean? If you're mean, you plant mean seed, and it's going to come back to you. It might not come back to your spouse, it'll come back to your children. Remember, your kid's going to marry somebody like you. Whether it's a boy, if it's a boy, he gonna marry somebody just like his mom. If it's a girl, she gonna marry a man just like. So, what are you sowing for their future?
And you know,
what are you sowing for their future? Anger. They hear y'all fussing, arguing all the time, raising the voice. You're sowing for your future, your kids' future, and plus you're sowing for your own future.
I'm so thankful that the kids, exactly what you're talking about. I know that my kids, they really love you. What Fuller has done for Austin and Paige is he's brought back joy that they hadn't had. You know, yes, one parent, you guys know, the kids always love to be the ones to say, my parents, my two parents, both my parents, and they hadn't had that. They have parents, right? But without without David, they were missing a piece to the puzzle. And exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. And so what Paige will look for is someone who opened up the door. And now Fuller's like, Austin, when Paige gets out the car at school, well, she don't need to open up the door. First of all, she don't get out the car. She sits right in the car. And then Austin has to get out the car and open up the door. Now, does he do it consistently? We're still working on that. But we're teaching him, correcting him on the spot. And so what he sees Fuller doing, he emulates that.
Right.
And then what Paige sees Fuller doing to me, ladies, look at me. Listen to what I'm saying.
It's sowing. That's for the future.
Don't accept less than your best. God has made you greater than the greatest. Whatever your name is, put your name in the space. But don't settle for less. And so we were watching Respect yesterday on the plane ride home, and I was just thinking about that doggone Aretha Franklin could sing her behind off, but then she settled. Even though she got the career started moving with the spouse, she had settled for the man talking crazy to her and settled, you know, because she needed some, or he was treating her, he made her feel, feel sexy, and he made her feel a certain kind of way. So you start settling and you start thinking, this the one, yeah. You start thinking that he's the one, even though everybody telling you cray, you know.
But notice how he got him. He was showing a kindness.
Oh, yes.
It might not have been love and kindness. It might have been lust and kindness. But he was treating her good. So look, listen to this. That's a good point, baby. If someone with the wrong intention and wrong motive can be kind enough to get what they want, how much more can you get with the right motive and the right heart and treat them the same way?
Wow.
Shut up. You better shut up. How much more?
How much more?
With the pure motive and a pure heart, and you're speaking good language. You're speaking language of love, the language of love through this right here.
Right. And you know, and we're talking about relationships, and there's some people on here. Hey, Renee Blackwell, and I know we got Emily on, and Miss Holmes is there, but we got some ladies that are single, some men that are single that are not at that place yet. But what they can do is sow kindness. I think about ladies, single ladies, all the times that I was by myself, all the times that I've been in a room, and like I went to the restroom at church. I'm going somewhere, you guys. I was at the restroom at the church, and the soap dispenser was spilling out all this pink soap all over the counter. Nobody had to tell me to go clean it up. I just did it. I was sowing seeds into my future, looking for the right person to come along, because when I clean, I'm cleaning it excellence. And I'm cleaning because I know not because I expected. I was in preparation for greatness to come my way. And so I didn't have to have anybody to say, "Oh, darling, you're so kind. Why would you pick up the soap in the bathroom and nobody saw you? No, are you getting paid from the church to do that? Don't you lead praise and worship?" I didn't care. When I go outside, my next door, when I see a cup in the yard, I picked it up. But little did I know I was sowing into my future.
Yes.
Behind the scenes when nobody was looking.
The harvest is always greater than the seed. Just go and find someone during this season to show some love and kindness to. And start at home. Start with your husband. Start with your wife. But I'm telling you, this is the best life. This is a great life to have when you have two people that's madly in love with one another.
Yeah.
God prearranged this. He has somebody for you. There's a person for you. But you got to cooperate with God and the word of God, and everything will work out for you.
Yeah.
Look, our time is just about over with. But I've enjoyed today. I always enjoy making other deposits in your life. But season your words. Make sure your words are seasoned with kindness and love. Make sure that you're doing the right thing, and with your body language as well, because that's a language all to itself. So set this day. Forgetting about those things which are behind. Forgetting about the past. That's the past. Move forward, man. It's time to move forward. You're not going to score a touchdown every time you touch the ball, but you want to get a first down, first and 10. And every time you get a first and 10, eventually you'll cross the goal line. What you're talking about, Fuller? The goal line of the relationship that you're sowing for. And God will grant you. He holds no good thing. All his promises are yes and amen. And the Bible says he withholdeth no good thing from us. He know what you need. He know what you need right now. So I cooperate with God in sowing the right way.
I got a last thing to say, baby.
Yes.
This week is Christmas. Be happy. If you buy yourself a gift, put it under the Christmas tree. But guess what else? This week is Christmas on Saturday. It's Fuller's birthday too. Whoa! And so this is our first Christmas married.
That's right. So we're going to be talking about next Monday. We're going to be talking about the Fullers' first Christmas together as husband and wife.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. And so Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Enjoy your holiday. And next week,
stay safe out there. Stay safe.
Next week will be our last episode of this season 2. Then we're going into season 3. So thank you guys for joining. And I found this James Brown song, Get on the Good Foot. I know y'all want some Christmas music, but get on the good foot, y'all. Thank you, Deshaun, for hooking us up on StreamYard. Oh, look, got his leg up, y'all.
Got to do James Brown. That was James Brown. Get it.
Oh, you guys, we get to invite guests. We got to figure out how to do it, but we're going to invite some guests. It's 6:32, baby. Did you say y'all go to, go y'all. Oh. Thank you, Von Holmes. Hey, Chris Fuller. His middle name is, what did you say, Leon? Oh, Noel. That's cute. Yay. Oh, Deborah Meadows. Okay, so it's easier to invite. Yeah. I saw the link, and all I got to do is send it to the person.
Deborah used to be my church administrator.
Oh, yeah. What?
She was one with the book. I told you I got the
yes.
book. Yeah.
Okay. So look, we're going to start inviting some of our seasoned married folks. And if you're a coach or something like that, I'm going to start inviting y'all to the Godfidence. We ain't going to be deep, y'all. Y'all got to talk about some real stuff.
Keep it real. All right, y'all, we out of here. God bless you. Have an amazing night. Have a great week on purpose. Have a great week on purpose.
Put it down.
Come on.
Come on. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Christmas. Love you too. Love you guys.